Hello, das ist Miss Jäger, and welcome to another episode of the World of Tanks. Now, before I get on to the more cool stuff and the fighting, there is a slight announcement to make. There's a couple of important things happening, one more than the other. Most importantly, my editing software on my laptop is not working for some reason. I have no idea why it's doing this, but it's being a right arsehole at the moment. So, unfortunately, all hope of getting it done quickly, or getting it, bits of stuff done, is out the window at the moment. I've run everything on my laptop. I use my laptop to edit my stuff because I have a Vista system, so obviously anything decent, you can't have Vista on it. So I've got episodes from other things and bobs. I've got my Far Cry series. I've got a few episodes of them, so there is content to be released, and I will try and release it for then. But I have no idea what's wrong with my laptop, but it's just slow, really slowed down. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be trying to fix this thing as much as I can, fix it as quickly as possible. But bearing in mind, I've also got college, I've got work. It may take some time, but I will try my best to get it fixed as soon as possible because, you know, I like my laptop. Don't want it to die on me. Yeah, so that's one of the updates. Second of all, slightly less important, but still nonetheless relevant. I'm going on holiday for a week, so I won't be making or releasing any content from Wednesday onwards. So, yast. I will try and upload a couple of episodes of Far Cry to keep you guys happy and entertained, because you know I've been meaning to upload a couple of episodes, but at the moment, but yeah, apart from that. Oh, that's this episode plus Far Cry is the only stuff that'll be coming out this week. So apologies on that one, but I've been looking forward to this holiday for a long while. Anyway, now that that's out of the way. Oh yeah, by the way, you may also notice that the aspect ratio on this video is actually better. In fact, it might be even fixed. That's because I've only just figured out how to fix the aspect ratio, and through thanks to testing and all that jazz. So now I've got content and videos. Well, not the ones from the Far Cry episode, but this episode is like the first of the better aspect ratio. So now we sorted the sound out. Yay! Now you may be wondering why my editing software isn't working, that I'm still able to release this. It's because this is on the Windows Movie Maker. Now I'm not a big fan of this thing. I really don't like this thing. I don't like using it ever since I discovered that it cuts audio. So if there is any audio cuts, I will do what I can to over-record them and try and fix it as best as possible. So fingers crossed it works, touch wood. Anyway, so with that all boring announcements out of the way, let's talk about the Tiger 2. Oh, sorry, the Tiger. I want to get to the Tiger 2. I've been working my way towards it. I've already got 1 million. Today actually kind of helped because it's a special occasion day. I can't remember exactly what for, but it basically means when you have the Tiger, it earns about 100% more credits. Booyah! I've been having matches where I'm not gonna say where, but you can notice credits received 44,000. Now that's okay, maybe not so much. 25,000. That was on the Tiger 2. Right, I've got one where it's like 70. There you go. That shouldn't tell you anything else. 76,000 credits. I mean, I love this tank, and it's just, she's proven to be more of a beauty every time. I'm learning how to use this tank. I get cocky at times, and I get a bit annoyed, but I still find I can get decent kills with this thing. I mean, everyone's getting on tier 7, so I'm having some really good games. I've had some really good games in this tank. A couple of replays, of which I will show you guys. But also, I had one decent match in my little M5A1. See? See? I do well in all. Don't just go for the Germans, I also go for these. So yeah, I could say call this an upon reflection of this tank. My opinion of this tank is that it's a very good tank for tier 7 matches. If you go up to tier 8, that's when you'll start to struggle. And if you see a tier 9, well, you might as well, you know, I've still yet to learn how to fight tier 9s. I've not met many, and I've yet to kill many. I've yet to have a decent tactic against tier 8s. So tier 7 tanks, you know, we get along just fine. The Tiger for me is she's done an amazing job. Um, Absolutely fantastic to drive. Obviously, there is the complaint about the 100 millimeters worth of armor on the front, 82 on side and rear, but she is still a decent tank. Yes, you know, it's an you have to learn to. She's a difficult tank to drive, I agree, but like previous videos, you learn how to use the Tiger, and some people say it's a massive letdown, but to be honest, this is an arcade. This is a game for competitive multiplayer, and don't forget also, most of the tanks that you'll be facing in this one have been designed specifically to knock out Tigers. So, kind of take it as a compliment that everyone else is that much harder to kill than you, because it means that they've tried, they want to be better than a Tiger. So your tank is therefore awesome. You know, I know it's not much of a consultation, but it's something. It keeps me going. So, you know, what's the tank like? What's it? You know, is it a tank I should get? You know, should I? If you're at a tier 6, if you've hang on, that's not the right one. If you're at a tier 6 VK, and you get the option of either getting a VK302 TB or to be honest, also if you're at this position, you know, do you want to be getting a VK to get a Tiger, or do you want to be a Panzer IV to get a VK301P to get a Tiger P? Well, it's a good question, because the Tiger P has some notable advantages. First of all, okay, it doesn't have as much health, but it does have 200 frontal hull armor. Now that is really good. You know, that's good armor, but it suffers quite badly because its hull armor onto the left and right, not so much. Also, it doesn't have as many hit points. The Tiger, on the other hand, slightly lighter, has better speed. No, the other one has better speed. No, there you go. Has better horsepower, weighs less, and well, there you go. Signal range is much better. View range about the same. Turret traversity is same. You don't get as much, but the damage you cause is much better. And yeah, see, standard shell damage, you're looking at 1 to 169. Penetration, you're looking at 180 to 300 on average. So, although the Tiger P has its advantages in tanks, you know, as in armor, but it doesn't in my opinion, the Tiger is just much better tank. Wow, there is a special occasion on. That is the cheapest I've ever seen the Tiger. I'm assuming the same for you? No, just that one. Great. So, hang on, how much would that cost to get then? That's actually not bad. Not bad at all. So yes, the Tiger tank is a very good tank. Now generally I find that for tactics, if we're going to go on to them now, is use this tank at a distance. Its preferred engagement style is at a distance, but in these replays you'll see that unfortunately there are some occasions where distance is just not possible. But use this tank craftily, like. I mean, in a sense, people say this is a sniper tank, and this is a sniper tank. You know, this tank really does help you out. You know, range-wise, you can have a decent. You know, if enemy tanks are in the distance, you spot them, bang, you can shoot them, and you know, the long 88 proves to be incredibly handy at this kind of thing. So, yeah, I think this tank definitely, as much as at times I hate it, I will never regret getting it, because it's really taught me how to play heavies. And, you know, I'll be getting the Tiger 2, and the Tiger 2 will have slanted armor, so in a sense, it'll be easier to drive. Yes, I will probably be quite low in the tiers when it comes to tier 9 and 8 matches, but then when I get into a match with S tier 7s, at least I can smile and go, ha! I've got better armor than you. Anyway, enough of me chit-chatting. I'll catch you guys in the first epic replay. And we're back. So, we are in America, and we've just started the game. I've said the good luck, have fun. And then I realised that that our team is completely ignoring the bridge. Now, for some people, they don't find the bridge to be a useful target, but even still, people will flank this area. So I just look at them and go, okay. So I then just type, bridge, anyone? No? Bridge is kind of important. Yeah, no one likes it, but you got to hold it. So, Superfly and this, I'm afraid I can't remember his name, Mr. Tiger, who comes in, he's unupgraded, But you know, we're just going to prove how handy, and even someone has to, yeah. And he agrees as well. It's like, well, unfortunately. And I was thinking about saying we might not live to see the end of this, so just be a bit prepared to have hell thrown at you. And then as I'm looking at the mini map, I'm thinking, right, okay, so the enemy is coming up. So then I'm like, right, okay, let's see what we have to do. Then I just thought of typing up, saying, okay, well, we're probably going to have to, just hold them at the bridge. If we can just keep the enemy held at bay whilst we're, whilst our allies are fighting up in the town, then that will be enough. Now, I have to admit, this match does get a bit chaotic, so I will try and do as best kind of commentary as possible, but this match does get clear. And already we've seen our first target, so we've got an IS taking cover between the trains, and I try and make a shot in, but unfortunately then I get peppered by a T-29. So this is the point where things get a bit chaotic. I try and take another shot at the IS. Unfortunately, the shell goes into the side, therefore by missing. Then I'm talking about artillery, and I'm like, hey, artillery guys, you might want to hammer these guys because there's only 3 of us and about 4 of them, plus backup. And unfortunately, the shell just misses the target. The IS takes a shot, ooh, just missing me as well. That was close. I was like, ah, not looking good. So IS then decides to move around. I'm just scanning for targets, and already we're outnumbered. Like, we are already outnumbered. I take another shot. I take 2 shots, actually, from the Black Prince and VK, and then I'm like, hey, attention 09, guys, look, we've got like +6 guys on us. So I say, look, we need some backup. Anyone can help out. And if you can notice in the mini-map, this T-20 becomes a legend. He helps us out quite a bit. So now we're just trying to now I'm just trying to spot targets. I try and take a shot at anything exposed for the T-29. Yes, armor-wise, it's really strong and tough, but it's not looking good. Then I notice the Tiger, with the unupgraded turret, actually does have a good plan, because he's taking cover inside the river. Now, this is where we start trying to take as many pot shots as possible. And now things get a bit desperate. Tiger's already moving out. We're being surrounded by 3 heavy tanks. I go for the underside of a T-29, and it's looking pretty bad. It's just chaotic. A Black Prince is coming around the corner, doing everything it can. We've got an IS-2 trying to go for it, and this is then the Tiger here actually makes a shot that. Now, before we go on, I'm just going to say the Tiger on this one, he just made the shot that won the game, because he is now on fire. And so, luckily, he didn't have a fire extinguisher when this happened, and then he dies. So now the T-29 player is out of the game, and I think that was the reason why we won. Then I get a T-43 friend to come along, and I say hi, bang. He ricochets off my armor, and then I have a 3KO1P ricochet off the rear of my armor, and I'm impressed by that. T-43 shoots and misses. I then look to my back to see if the other tank's there. The T-43 comes back with a vengeance, says hi, and I'm just like, right, okay, can I pepper you? Can I pepper you? Yes, I can. Bang. There's another ricochet. So it's getting pretty chaotic now. It's getting quite close. Things are looking quite chaotic. The T-29's coming in to do some damage, and at the moment I'm still just trying to focus on this T-43. We're getting loads and loads of problems. I'm still focusing. Then the IS decides to come along. So I think, oh shit, IS, big tank, got to knock it out. So I've got to shoot it on the side of the turret, try and cripple its commander or anything. I then keep focusing on the IS, because I don't want to. The T-25 is an important target, but I also think the IS is a much more important target. So and T-43 now comes around. I'm paranoid because I'm thinking he's going to shoot me, and then we luckily just escape. But then the IS comes to hound me, because now the T-43 is distracted. I'm scanning on both sides. Then I'm having a bit of a match to get out of there. IS-2 comes in, knocks out the enemy T-29. I'm panicking at this point because I'm like, oh god, he's coming for me. And then IS-2, what a legend he is, gets a shot in, aims, and I take a shot, bang, he's gone. So the IS is gone, and I'm just like, oh my god, that was close. And I go, cheers IS-2, because, the IS-2 here just saved my arse, so might as well. Unfortunately, my maneuverability in water is so much more reduced. I don't know why. Actually, I think I found the ricochet spot. So so the shot ricocheted from a 301P onto that. That's impressive, I will say. Anyway, back to the game. So yeah, now I'm battered, bruised, and buggered. it's really quite a tight match. I spot the T-43, but unfortunately I don't get the shot in that I want. The game pretty much ends there for me, to be honest. We're just making our way towards it. I say cheers Tier 20, and I also thank my teammates who came along with me, because I was a bit disappointed in the team that they didn't give a damn about holding off the flank, because if we had maybe 2 tanks, we would have lost. If we only had myself going across, we would have lost. And I think, I'm not going to be cocky here, but I think, to be honest, you know, we held most of the enemy team off, whereas those guys had to have all their team to knock out maybe a few of the enemy tanks. I'm not going to put down what they're saying is a bad thing, but at the same time, you know, I think we did it as an important job, you know, as important as well. So that was a pretty good game. I did actually quite well. I got 2 kills out of it, and took multiple shots, ricochets and everything. Ricocheted off the top of the cupola. I've taken multiple shots. Took a penetrating shot to the front, another one to the side, a penetrating shot on the turret. I had a very, very lucky ricochet off the back of my tank. Don't know how the hell I got that ricochet. More ricochets around. Can't quite find it. But yeah, this tank's taken a lot of abuse. Oh yeah, there's the ricochet. Little tiny on the top there. You can just see. So, yeah, this tank took a lot of abuse, but, you know, good tactics and knowing where to go and what tanks to shoot at helped us out win this game. So, I will see you on the next match, and this time we'll be in the Chinese tank. And we're back. So, anyway, like I was saying, in this match I was playing the Tier 4 Chinese M5A1 Stuart, and it was an encounter battle on El Haluf, and normally I'm not a big fan of encounter battles on El Haluf. Normally I'm not such a big fan of El Haluf. It's either because this map is played too many times, or for me, or it's just, you know, the tactics which we use to play it are pretty much the same every time. So anyway, it was quite a decently tiered match actually. We had it was a Tier 4 match. I quite enjoyed it. I made a bit of a cock up here because I went very high, and unfortunately I ended up going I ended up running out. I ended up going too high and my tracks died, so I'm like, smeg. So then the M5A1 Stuart on their team decided to come in and pop off and say hello. Unfortunately I couldn't quite get a shot in on them properly, but then I shot here, finally getting him. And we tried multiple times to get multiple shots in. It was quite difficult for me to get a shot in. Then I realised perhaps I shouldn't stay here. And bang! There's an explosion just to confirm my theory. A tactic always to remember in this game: never stay around on the hills for too long. Now this may seem like a common sense idea, but you can be surprised how often you'll find yourself wanting to stay there just for that extra second longer. Like, oh, I can just about make this shot, or oh, let me just get here for a few seconds, and then you die very quickly. So don't take that chance. So here's another silly idea that you shouldn't do. I decided to take cover on top of this hill, pretty much exposed to anyone who wanted to have a shot. Then I realised maybe I shouldn't be here, and I promptly went down further south. So then I spot the enemy's top tier A20 tank. First off I miss, second off I ricochet. Bang, no chance. But then T28s decide to come out, and I decide to sneak a kill in that one. And then I start to get chain gun the guy, and then things get interesting. Unfortunately, we lost. I got shot on the side, in the front, which unfortunately buggers up my transmission. And oh boy, it's like I become. You know, ironically though, as much as this tank becomes very much slower, I find myself still going faster than the AMX-40. Even on a hill, I'm still going just as fast as an AMX-40. No, sorry, faster than an AMX-40. So, little joke there for a friend of mine. But no, so unfortunately my tank does suffer from a hit, and then we spot Hetzer, and that isn't good. I'm not too particularly worried at the first, because I think, okay, well, look, I'm just going to spot him, and then see if I can get artillery on him. And then I think, oh, I can actually make it. I can perhaps get a shot in. So I decided to try to get a shot in here. And I will just happily point you to where I actually got shot. Yeah, that thing there can actually end up with you dying. I took a nasty hit just because of that. So be aware of little things on top of your turret that might give you away. And that was enough to kill my gunner. How? I don't know. So anyway, Lee decides to take a shot at him. And I'm just, well, at the moment I'm like, ah crap, my engine's still buggered. So I decide to stand around for a bit, mind my own, and then we kind of have a bit of a standoff really. I'm like, artillery, come on, hammer this guy, spook him out or anything, because, you know, the Hetzer has the L48 gun, and he has a much better chance at shooting us and destroying us than we do of him. Don't forget, we've got a guy in an M3 Lee. Yes, he has a 75mm gun, but his tank is utterly shit in comparison to the Hetzer. So, the Hetzer, you know, it's just a nightmare at the moment. We're trying to find a way up. We kind of take a chance here. We push up, despite... I'll speed it up for you guys. We actually push up, slowly, I will add. Then the Hetzer comes in again. I come up to say, hey, come on, let's try and get him. And then bang, our artillery gets him. So thank you very much, artillery. And now we climb to the top of the hill, and we now then we get shot at by artillery. So it's like, oh no. So as I'm coming up to the top, the Combinator not paying attention, bang, he's gone. That was a bit of a quick kill, I have to admit. But now we take more shots from other people, and the enemy's Panzer III's now put on point. And this is a bit I was getting really hacked off with. I was like, come on! Come on! The gun was just not high enough to get a shot in, so I then throw a shot in, and then our artillery then promptly steals my kill. I don't mind, but, you know, it's not... But it was a little... I could have done with the kill. So now I'm shooting at the AMX, and one of the strongest factors of the AMX is for tier 4 matches, even to tier 5 matches, the armour of an AMX-40 is just too damn thick. So now the T-57 on our teams, who's actually done quite a good job now, now everyone's kind of, the main amounts of the skirmish is gone, and now I'm waiting for Mr. Lee to bump into the Panzer III. A Panzer 38 NA comes along, and then says, hi, I'm going to go rush to steal the base, which is a good idea, to be honest, because the Panzer III's there, bang, we've still got artillery, and, you know, it's not looking good. So I decide to go, right, okay, sod it for a packet of chips, I'm going. And so at 72 health, I'm standing out in the open. Not a clever idea, because not a clever idea to do, because now I'm like, right, okay, base is there. And then Panzer III promptly reminds me I shouldn't be here. So I'm really getting annoyed. I'm like, oh no, 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 no! I'm so close to dying, don't shoot! You know, almost panicking at this point. And then finally I get in cover behind a Panzer 38 NA. So now we're kind of cramped, and I'm sitting on next to him like, oh god, don't let him shoot me. Oh. So now that we're cramped in, taking cover, we're just waiting, and I'm just like, yeah, good game, because they're not likely to come out and attack us. If they do, so I'm looking at him, and he sort of looks to me, and I'm like, hey, so how's the weather? You know, having a bit of a laugh. So now the game kind of ends out from there, and I'll just speed things up a little bit more. So we kind of, artillery now, and everyone else starts coming down, and then Panzer III decides to come in and say hi. Unfortunately, I get stuck at the rock, which means I can't move further any forward. And I'm like, oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, bang, and no. So me begrudgingly shoots that, and I wanted to shoot him, but then the game ended. So, yeah, that was a good match, though. I thoroughly enjoyed. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was a close call at points, and thank God for this tank. I can't tell you how handy this thing is. The M5A1 is quite a decent tank. I wouldn't call it a slugfester, but at the same time, she'll do you proud. Anyway, now let's go on to the third and final match, which I think will be quite good. And we're back. So, we are now at Lakeville, and we're back in the old Tiger. Beauty tank she is. And, we're heading towards the town on this one. That's just my general procedure. I don't like going to the left because there isn't much chances for you to get into cover, and I personally prefer fighting in cities than I do towns and villages than I do to mountainous regions. So I find that the town in this area was always a better option. Anyway, so as we're approaching the town, already in this match things start to get interesting. KV-1S takes a shot from someone, and I don't know, at this point I didn't realise he had actually got shot, but now the KV-1S is taking fire from somewhere. Enemy tanks obviously up the middle, but we haven't detected them yet. I'm still focusing on the town because I'm surprised that nobody has actually approached it yet. Then we bump into our new targets, and so we have a bit of a sniper match against the Tiger and a Comet. And I admit there's some bad shots made here, but it's very hard to see through the areas, and I'm relying solely on the spheres or the symbols. I can't remember what they're called, but the thing that allows me to see. There you go. So I'm aiming. I'm like, come on, come on, come on, come on, bang, and he's gone. So he's gone now. Thank God for that. And now I go into yet another sniper match against the Tiger on the middle point of the map. And we're slowly advancing through the town. It's not looking so great, but you know, we're getting there. No contacts as of yet. I take a pot shot to see if there's anyone still around there. Then I start noticing that the people on our flank here have less armor and less tanks. And then I realise, okay, then this is not looking good. We're probably going to have to fall back. We've already lost a number of tanks, and they're not likely to come in and help. So then, so now I'm like, right, okay, let's get out of here. Let's fall back a bit. Yes, I'm going to have to, you know, yes, I'm sacrificing a few kills. I wanted to get a bit more kills, but, you know, I'd rather go to the base and defend it. So now I'm taking a pot shot at the Tiger, who's trying to climb his way and rush his way over to the base. Then I notice that we're having more bad guys approaching our flanks. So 3 tanks at the moment. I'm taking a shot. Unfortunately, that just hits the rock. Dang. And I'm still keeping an eye on the enemies near our base, and they're slowly getting progress. Now, here's a kind of a cheap move. I spot an IS, my eyes go greedy, and I go, Still looking at the Tiger. I'm like, I want to get a kill, I want to get a kill. Yeah, I want to get a kill. I back up a bit, take a ricochet, bang. No, okay, fair enough. I'm not giving a damn about anything else. And I'm like, come on, let me get the kill. So he takes a shot at me, I take damage, and bang. So I get a vulture kill, and that's the thing you should never do. You never get a greedy. I know I did it, and I was able to get away with it. Not a tactic you should do. Then I start getting shot from nowhere, and I have no idea where the hell the guy's shooting and shot from. Then I get another shot into me by a Jagdpanzer. So now I'm just like, ah, crap, this isn't looking good at all. But even worse, our allies on this side have completely lost out. No one is defending the flank. So then it's like, ah, crap, we've got to defend the base. We've got to fall back to the base. I'm still very much conscious about the Jagdpanzer, and I use the Panther tank as a bit of a reference to see whether the Jagdpanzer is still there. So now I'm telling the artillery to move, and so is the other guys saying, right, okay, look, you've got to go and, you know, get moving back, you know, get back. Don't be caught by the enemy base. So now, I was screaming in the chat, come on, defend the base. A couple of our teammates as well, KV-1S and can't quite tell who this one was, but he's doing something. Unfortunately, we lose our artillery, and it's like, ah, crap. Okay, this isn't looking good at all. So now, here comes one of the more epic parts about this game. We go into a massive slugfest, and although admittedly I lost my, I have to admit I lost my courage at points for this thing. I decided to destroy the cover we had. We had an unupgraded Tiger and a KV-1S. Now the KV-1S did something rather stupid. He used the fact that he was a KV-1S to get him further ahead. So I took a shot, bang, shot through the wall as well. So we shot out, and we were just trying to damage them as much as possible. The enemy were overrunning us at our base. Now this is quite a lucky kill, to be honest. He wasn't moving as much. Bang, he's gone. Now I get shot again, and I'm at 71 hit points. So everything doing anything to me is, you know, definitely not good. Though luckily reinforcements are here. The Tiger tank over there. I aim. I've got 4 kills so far, and then he gets shot out. So now all we're doing is we're just trying to damage the tanks as much as possible. And this tank here gets really lucky, actually. Okay, not that one. But he was actually rather lucky in previous things, because I kept getting ricochets on him. Really don't know why. So now we're just shooting at whoever. They're just shooting at them, and now it's looking like we're about to win this match. Our team is knocking them out, and their team's knocking them out. And our team is actually
Hammer them!
I didn't realise that. So now our enemy Tiger tank is there. I take a shot, he ricochets, and he dies. Now we have to deal with a KV-1S. Now I'm hoping to get a kill out of this. Bang, and... Wait, and... Yeah, bang, ricochet. So I move up for a better kill, but unfortunately, bang, I get a kill stolen from me by reinforcements. But that said, the game pretty much was over at that point. So yeah, I was like, well done, team. That was really good. I loved that match. It was close, believe you me. I took multiple shots. I'll just show you where the shots landed. So I took multiple shots to the side. I took a shots to the side armor here. Lots of shots. So 1, 2, 3, 4 shots to the side. 5 shots. Don't think I'd got any more shots, otherwise I would have been there. And then I was given the Confederate title for that, and I still had life. So yeah, this is the reason why. Yeah, okay, you got 200 armor on the front, but absolutely crap all on the side. So definitely something to keep an eye out for. This is the reason why I find the Tiger to be so much more effective in combat. Simply because she's fast, she has a great gun, and she's the most... I would say I believe, in my personal opinion, she's my favourite tank of tier 7s. Obviously, I haven't got the KV-1S or the IS, but at the same time, you know, those tanks have their advantages and disadvantages, and I think this is the best all-round for the tier 7s. You know, and this is my opinion, of course. If you don't agree, please let me know in the comments. Say what your favourite tank is, or if you do agree, let me know in the comments as well, just to say, yeah, I totally agree. It's a pain in the arse to drive, but it teaches you so much about heavy tanks. It teaches you where to go, what to do, and what not to do, and also it teaches you to appreciate how much... it teaches you to appreciate all the more important things about heavy tanks gameplay. So, if you like my videos, please let me know in either feedback or likes and subscriptions, all of which is always appreciated. You know, I've done this for a while now, but I don't know much. I haven't received any feedback. So, if you guys could let me know, I'll happily feature that more into feedback, and I'll hopefully feature that into. I'll happily feature that and try and get it working, so that way you get a better view experience. So, without further ado, this is Crap Hunter signing out. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See you then.